Hello again, everyone. I'm back. Mr. Plinkett is in the house. We're gonna watch one of my favorite old movies. It's called Logan's Run. So I got this opening title thingy here. Basically, we're in the 23rd century and everyone's living under domes like in that Simpsons episode or movie. And like the Stephen King novel. Because apparently the upper world's so polluted, you can't even live there anymore. Or is it? Ooh. Again, this is another one of those creepy 1970s science fiction films. A lot of them are dystopian. They got a bunch of weird Freudian or Jungian shit about, men and women or human psychology or whatever. So we're panning in on one of this movie's great strengths, its miniatures. We got this jellyfish dome city type place. And again, in retrospect, it's all kind of quaint, it's obvious this is a miniature. But it's charming in my opinion. I'd much rather see this than fucking CGI. If you just squint your eyes a little, promise it looks more real. I mean, I've got pretty bad cataracts in both my eyes, so doesn't really matter to me anymore. So I got Jerry Goldsmith doing the music for this. That's one of the great strengths of this movie. Holy shit, the music's good. Alright, so we're panning in on the jellyfish bedazzled little fake jewel domes. What's inside? Oh my god. It's a whole city made out of ugly 1970s NASA aesthetic shit. But don't worry. It fits the world this movie establishes pretty well, in my opinion. So I kind of like this, Atlantis aesthetic to everything. It makes sense. It's like this lost city that's been sort of like walled off or protected or isolated from everything above it. You got these cool little Elon Musk Hyperloop tubes. And then we cut to this baby's hand. He's got a fucking 10-carat diamond in his hand. Holy shit. What is this baby, a jewel thief? Police! He stole a 10-carat diamond. Quick! Okay, so basically Logan's looking at another Logan. And they got terms for everything in this universe because they got some kind of weird eugenics thing going on. So basically, in this movie, if you have a kid, the government just takes it away and, reprograms it or some shit. So this guy straight up just taps on the window of the nursery and basically it almost summons the cops. Good thing your friend here is, cozy with the security, or else you would have been fucking sent to some kind of science fiction prison. Oh, and here they are, arriving on the Elon Musk Hyperloop. Whee! There it goes, through the little miniature tube. I'm guessing those are 1970s plastic straws taped together. Again, it's charming. I love this type of shit. Yeah, it's kitschy and kind of corny, but it's all real things. It's not just some kind of AI CGI crap. So, this guy just said something important. He's like, 1 for 1. What does that sound like to you? Kind of like eye for an eye. And again, earlier we saw Logan's got a red crystal in his hand, like a ruby or something. And there's some kind of rotating, recycling hand thing that we just walked by. But these two guys, they're kind of like SS goons or security officers. So this guy bumps into Logan and he's like, don't fuck with me, bro. God, it's like these guys are living in a mall. It's almost like this was filmed in a 1970s mall. That can't be the case. When you question, it slows you down. This guy's not wrong, So this guy's implying that knowing who the mother of the child we just saw, that's his, is like some kind of social taboo. It's like, it's not cool to know who your mother is. Mother of your kid, rather. You're just supposed to fuck indiscriminately, and then children are raised in common. That's something Plato recommended, actually. I used to read philosophy back when I was in my 50s. So Plato, Plato, not Play-Doh, but Plato, recommended that children should be raised in common and people shouldn't be able to reproduce unless the government actually authorized them to based on some kind of mental and physical series of tests. It's funny when you read some of these old philosophers, it'll kind of blow your mind. I mean, they were more crazy and extreme than a lot of political parties we see today. They'd make Joseph Stalin or Adolf Hitler seem like moderates. Anyway, that's why I love these 70s movies, is because they often traffic in those types of concepts. They take old philosophy, older science fiction from the 1800s and early 1900s, and they kind of take inspiration from it. And they create these things that are really cool to see. And again, this is based off a book, which in my opinion is the best way to structure any sort of science fiction or criminal or mystery type of adaptation on film. You gotta adapt it from a book. It's very rare that you're gonna write a script that's better than just taking a book and turning it into a script. Okay, so now the KKK cultists are wandering around into this red flower, death ruby kind of cult room. It also kind of looks like an eyeball. You got the black iris surrounding the red center, but I don't know, man. If the eyeball you're worshipping has a red center, seems like it kind of might be an evil thing. Oh, and then they got sort of eyes wide shut hockey masks on. Raise the left hands. Oh, the gem's in your left hand. Remember that. And they look up. Again, it's kind of stupid and cheesy. They basically got polished hockey masks on. But it's fun, it's real shit. The director actually put all this stuff together. These people are sitting in a real area. It was made for this film, or at least modified for it. Now their red little hand jewels are flashing, and something's going on. Some kind of creepy light shining down. Oh, turns out it's a big theme park ride, guys. I think Disneyland's planning on putting this theme park ride into the park in like 2027, where you can go and get a gem implanted in your hand. And then you'll get spun around on a little carousel. But you gotta wear these cringy Scandinavian speed skating suits. That's the only issue. A lot of people don't want to wear those. Anyway, this ride's gonna function the same. You pay a premium to get in there and you might die, but if you don't die, you win something. I think it's like a Mickey Mouse doll or some kind of oversized plushie or something. I don't know, I heard through the grapevine that's going to be the reward for the people who survive this ride. So now these guys are all floating around, and yeah, you can kind of see the strings, holding them up. But it's done pretty well. Again, if you got cataracts like me, you don't even see that shit. It's not obvious to you. Ooh, they're floating around. They're having fun. I don't know what the rules of this sport are. Like, do you have to try to swim up first? Is the goal to be the first one to be incinerated when you hit the top of the ceiling of the arena or whatever? Is that the goal? I don't know. Oh, the carousel of life. If you die, you're probably going to get reincarnated whether you want to or not. Oh, these guys just look like they're getting fried, though. This is an example of a society where everyone's been drinking the Kool-Aid from birth. Whether that Kool-Aid is fluoride or alcohol or coffee or whatever. It's not really supposed to be a literal thing. But every society's got its drugs. Every culture has its sort of things you're expected to be addicted to, or socially acceptable to be addicted to, even. In this society, you're supposed to get addicted to going to this weird carousel ceremony, and also having lots of sex. That's clearly also an important part of this movie. Oh, but this guy got some kind of alert off his cell phone. He's like, hold on, I gotta do my job. Some guy's been illegally torrenting 1970s movies and we gotta go catch him. Good luck catching me, I'm already gone. Ha ha ha. Okay, so Logan's scanning with his iPhone. He's trying to find the guy. Can't quite find him. Where is he? Ooh, hold up your pistol. That's totally not just a copper pipe that's been spray painted black with a little firework on the end. God, I love the music in this movie. It's so fucking weird. Just listen to this. It's like a computer having a seizure or something. Yeah, it's kind of corny, but it's strange and interesting. Despite how dated it might sound, I still think it kind of holds up in 2024. Electronic music bands are still trying to replicate this type of shit these days. And these guys are so sadistic, they're actually having fun trying to kill this guy. God, look at them laughing. So fucking creepy, man. This poor bastard just didn't want to go on the Disneyland ride. Oh, God, climb the banister, hurry. Go past the 1970s stucco-coated pillars that are probably coated with like asbestos foam or something. Oh, you shouldn't have shot that. Don't breathe those fumes in, Logan. You got lung cancer. I've had that a couple times in my life and recovered. It's not a pleasant experience, let me tell you. So all this whole chase is going on. These guys are still going through the Disneyland ride, getting immolated in front of a crowd. That's interesting. In this scene with Logan in the Mall of America Garden Center area, you're at these creepy Mayan, like, pillar things behind him. They got, like, these black circular designs on them. Kind of looks like that Mayan calendar thing. Okay. So basically, this guy tried to get plastic surgery to try to avoid going on the Disneyland death ride, but it didn't work. They still caught him. Now that he's dead, Logan's gonna search his corpse. What's he got in his hand? Oh, interesting. Some kind of ancient Egyptian symbol. What could that mean? There, behind Logan, to his left, there's the Mayan calendar faces, or whatever the fuck those are supposed to be. And these guys are so soulless, they lack any sense of the value of human life, that they're just joking about how inaccurate Logan was. Oh, and then we got some Segway guys. They got the new Segways, the Elon Musk Air Segway. Let you float around. Their only price is you have to live in a society that's completely abhorrent to everything human, where someone can just be disintegrated by a little beam or a little puff of gas from one of these things. Jesus Christ. What is this movie, fucking Hellraiser? The guy just dissolves into goop. Jesus. Anyways, now we cut back to Logan. And he's drinking some nice Haitian child blood in his mid-century apartment. I like the glassware. It looks kind of cool. And he turns on his big screen TV on his wall. It's so funny how we still don't have these things in 2024 the way they're portrayed in a lot of these movies. Walls that can just turn into screens. I mean, the technology is supposedly being worked on. I don't think we're going to have it, though, for another, 10 years. I'll probably be dead before then. Thank God. I can go to the sweet sanctuary of hell. So basically, this guy's using Tinder or, Bumble or whatever kind of dating app. to summon up some kind of fuck toy that he can play with for the evening. Takes her hand. She walks out of the big screen teleporter. And he gives her a nice European kiss hello on her cheek. He's a gentleman. Oh, God, you can see her butt cheek. Okay, and she sits down with him. And he's like, all right, let's get to business. I've summoned you for a one-night stand using my Tinder app. And she goes, wait, no. And he's like, you can't say no. Consent happens when you get signed up to the app in this universe. Basically, if you say yes to my selection of you, that constitutes consent. And he's like, what's wrong? Is my metrosexual dark wizard robe off-putting to you? Or it's a bit much, man. It's kind of fucking gaudy if you ask me. And his chick's like, hey, I went on these dating apps and I kind of regret it. And he goes, have some Haitian child blood. What the fuck is there to be sad about? And she goes, well, a friend of mine went on the Disneyland ride, and I guess the carnies they weren't keeping track of him, and he died. I should try to sue Disney over that. They got a lot of money. They'll probably just pay in a settlement. And this guy basically is like, I object to your use of the word killed, because it's my job to kill people, and I feel guilty about it. And he tries to use semantics to reframe it. He's like, I don't kill people, I terminate runners. Notice how he replaced both the word killed and the word person. He terminates runners rather than killing people. I love this line. He's like, let's fuck. He's so forward about it. What a glorious future. As long as you can live in a nice house, what's the problem? There's definitely not any dark cost to that sort of life. So basically, Logan's a Sandman. He puts people to sleep like they're animals when they try to run from the Disneyland ride. When they don't want to be reincarnated infinitely in a prison planet where their souls are totally caged to the same cyclical nonsense, this guy basically ensures that they get killed. Probably get reincarnated as a slug after that. And he's like, look, you do know how to fuck, don't you? Oh no, he's talking about renewal. And he's basically like, okay, when the crystal in your hand turns black, when the diamond that you get as a baby turns back into carbon, which is black, then you're dead. You're reduced to nothing but carbon. In the meantime, it's red like blood, just like what this guy's drinking. Again, there's a lot of subtle symbolism in this movie. It might sound like I'm making some leaps or over-interpreting things, but you gotta keep watching. This movie's really good. Oh yeah, you are about a 6 out of 10. You look like you're in your mid-30s, you got too much eye makeup on. I don't like how you're dressed. I'd rate you about a 6 out of 10 if I lived in this universe. Anyway. He's like, okay, if you don't want to fuck, go out, go away. Remember, this guy comes in, he's like, check it out, I got 2 hoes. We're drunk on, what's that raspberry shit? Strombuoy or raspberry or whatever. Oh no, now they're gonna smoke weed or something. This guy's got a weed bomb. Those won't be invented until about 2034. You basically smash them in your room, and they release a concentrated THC vapor that gets everybody high real quick. I've heard you're gonna be able to get MDMA ones too. Can't wait for that if I end up surviving. Jesus Christ. So we cut to this scene where talking to one of the other SS officers, and he straight up got the shit sliced out of him. Good God. Must be on oxy or something. He doesn't even seem like he's feeling any pain from that. Anyway. Oh, then we cut to the Star Trek Science Zone. It's like the navigation bridge or stellar cartography. That's what it is. Oh, and then they go to this room with these 4 little colored buttons. It's like some kind of ABC123 color coding programming shit going on. And I don't mean computer programming. So he puts this thing into the thing and it says identify, and he sticks this crystal in there. It's like your blood crystal affirms that it's you. Your genetics are now encoded into the system. Congratulations, you're in hell. They're never gonna get me with the brain chip. I don't think they'd want to. I just killed another runner. Fuck you, come to Disneyland or die. Oh, the sets in this movie are so fucking cool. Look how that thing floats down from the ceiling. That's just neat. And he puts all his metal stuff in there like he's going through an airport detector or something. And he's doing the routine, blah, blah, blah. Put your blood diamond left hand into the thing. But oops, he forgot he had the little Ankh charm from the runner. Now the computer knows he has it. Big mistake, Logan. Shouldn't have put it on the analysis table. Now you're fucked. I got this Microsoft Cortana Siri voice telling him, you fucked up, Logan. Now you're fucked. You had a symbol of life with you? This is a death cult society. It's like having a pentagram in a Catholic church or a cross in hell. It's not a good idea. It doesn't match where you are. That's what the Ankh symbolizes, by the way. It's a symbol of life. It also resembles a structure in the human brain. You can look that up. I've had a lot of time in my life to research a lot of topics, so I know a lot about a lot of different things. The computer's like, I know you had this on you, you retard. What is it? And the computer's like, oh, I'll tell you what it is, but you're still fucked. It's interesting this movie associates it with Sanctuary. That's what they're going for, guys, so let's go with it. So basically the computer's telling him that people in this little bubble society have started, using this symbol to identify some kind of secret escape from the city. And the computer's like, shut the fuck up. There's 1,000 unaccounted runners. It's a hell of a lot of people. It's funny the computer's suddenly choosing to tell him this, to give him this piece of information just because he had the Ankh. It's almost like having the Ankh triggered something in the computer. Caused him to tell him this. That was interesting. And the computer's like, shut up, I'm not talking to you. I got other shit to do. Procedure 33. Oh shit, guys. It's giving him the Masonic secrets. 33. Notice how it looks like two butts. It's because it's meant to be two guys fucking each other. That's what the 33 represents. Also, there's a bunch of Pythagoras guys that like to jack off to ratios and shapes and whatever. It's kind of gay. I never really got into that shit. No, sir. Okay, so now the computer's like, because you got this Ankh symbol, you're going to be going on a secret mission. Very spooky. This guy's like, well, I can't do this mission until it's like I'm about to die or something. And the computer's like, don't worry. I'll just accelerate your little crystal thing. Basically, it's making him into some kind of like, I don't know, sleeper agent or double agent to infiltrate the guys who keep trying to flee the perfect city society with the Disneyland death machine. Now he's getting blasted with red light. God, I love the sound design in this movie. It's so fun. Oh shit. Now your crystal's pulsating. You got hemorrhoids. Better get that checked out. You asked for this, you moron. It's procedure 33. No, you're not, you idiot. God, he's so freaked out. I love these shots of his face. Don't I get the 4 years back? You're not getting anything back, bro. You're fucked. You gotta escape. Run away. Computer's not gonna help you anymore. Yeah, this place looks like Darth Vader's rec room or something. I love how subtle the computers are too. There's no big rolling, magnetic tape reels. It's just dark panes of glass with lights behind them. Basically, this is what servers look like in 2024. With the exception of the big colored lights on top. What I'm trying to say is that this movie has a kind of timeless science fiction aesthetic to it. It's very impressive how it seems to have been able to last this long, aesthetically. And now they're hanging out in the hot tub. These guys got Speedos on. Oh, maybe they're gay. Bunch of people working out there. They got the Richard Simmons workout going. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now this guy's finally figuring it out, even though he's like 26 or whatever. It's like, do people actually ever get reincarnated, or is that just a scam? This guy's like, oh yeah, I've seen people get reincarnated. I'm a Buddhist. And he goes, come get in the water with me. You need it more than I do. He's like, I don't want to fuck you right now. We only do that on Thursdays. I want to talk about this weird conspiracy. And he's like, this guy's worthless. Go work out with the Richard Simmons folks instead. Come on, work it. Oh, and this movie has a lot of hard cuts. It's kind of ahead of its time. Doesn't really give any time to, process what you're seeing. The pacing's kind of interesting. Scenes take their time, but the cuts are real quick. Like, whoa, I got whiplash from that last cut. So basically, he's interrogating the young chick. He's got a diamond-shaped thing on the wall. And notice this chick's dressed in green. In a society it's based on like crystals and weird shit, emeralds are always a bit tricky. Sometimes emeralds are good, sometimes they're not. But it's hard to figure out what an emerald's intentions are. My great Aunt Beatrice was a crystallographer, and she used to talk about the different crystals and how they had different personalities. She always said, rubies are usually angry, diamonds are kind of cryptic and creepy, sapphires are kind of pussies, but emeralds, you gotta watch out, 'cause they can be one or the other. And this chick's got green eyes, too. Pay attention to that. All these choices were made intentionally, I think. I mean, these filmmakers decorated these scenes with specific furniture. They chose the costumes. They chose the hairstyles. Doesn't it make sense they'd also choose things like, the color of an actor's eyes versus the color of her dress? And if they've got this science fiction book, right, that they're basing this on, back in the day, they probably pay a lot of attention to the themes from that book. Themes that, I'm trying to talk about. Okay, then we cut to a really good miniature composite shot with people underneath the little plastic straw. That's really good, man. I just don't make movies like this anymore. And everybody in this society, they're wearing togas. It's kind of like ancient Rome right before it fell. These guys are like the Roman soldiers or something. Again, this movie's kind of corny and dated, sure, but it's pretty minimalistic in terms of its overall aesthetic. A lot of the costumes and sets could fit into multiple periods. You could even see a movie being made like this today. Except it would suck a lot more. Good luck trying to outdo this in 2024. I fucking dare you to make a movie this good. Oh shit. It's the rebels. Hush, hush. This guy knows about shit. The computer told him about the Butt 633 protocol, and he's dangerous to us now. What do we do with him? He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just scared and confused. That makes him even more dangerous. Oh, there's so much subtle tension in this movie. Pay close attention to her triangular boobs, jiggling and juggling underneath the dress. That is a very important point. It relates to the philosophy and symbolism of this movie. Oh, them again. Who's that referring to? It's a bit vague. Come with me to the arcade. We'll play some Pac-Man, some Galaga. I got a lot of good games in the arcade. He's like, okay, let's go down the mall escalator to the arcade. There'll be some 1970s punk teenagers in there. There's probably a free machine we can play on, sure. Oh, and there's the red crystal hand sculpture. It's like some kind of golden calf or idol that these people all worship. Doesn't usually go well. Oh, guys, their journey's been interrupted by the plot. And this chick's friends are looking out for her the whole time. And again, this isn't all spelled out for us. It's done through the visuals. You gotta pay attention. So many things we don't know. Main character's confused. We're confused. We don't know who's right or who's wrong. Are the rebels actually good? Maybe they're not. Are the miniatures actually good? Yes, they are. Ah, these are so fucking cool, man. Look at the little train going on this little track through the straw. So you've been hearing about these things they call cubs. And they're probably not bear cubs if you're keeping up. And this guy's like, well, you're on this mission with me now, and you're gonna have to see what I see every day. It's like basically there's people who are fucking violent and stupid. Oh, Jesus, then we got like an early green screen shot. Yikes. Hate to say it, but this looks like shit. Oh, God. It's like fuzzy black shit everywhere. You can clearly see the outlines of their faces. Again, not everything in this movie holds up, guys. It's not perfect. It's better than anything I've seen in the last 30 years. Ah, and they're having a little linguistic sparring match. He's like, you don't believe in our society? She's like, I didn't say that. And he's like, ooh, I'm turned on by your resistance to my language battling skills. Aren't you a feisty one? Got a good head on your shoulders. That's a good thing. Yeah, why would you want to be in this quadrant? It looks like a shithole. His plants are dead, lettering's falling off the walls. Again, great set design. And despite the early shitty green screen type tech they used, the cityscape looks really cool. You can obviously see where like Blade Runner and even movies like Akira took inspiration. It's from movies like this from like 10 years before those came out. God, I love this door with the holes. Someone filming this had a brain because they framed those two actors so each one of their heads was perfectly in the center of one of those circles. That's beautiful. It only happens for a second, but your brain notices it. Oh, I got this dirty little girl. What the fuck is she doing here? It's like, well, I'm not gonna shoot you. Mary 2. Wonder what happened to Mary 1. Did she get aborted? Is she just on Tinder now, in her 20s or whatever? Who knows? This chick is so much like Newt from Aliens. You can kind of see where, James Cameron probably took a bit of inspiration from this film. It's part of the reason I'm talking about this. It's a movie not a lot of people know about. Or if they know about it, they probably haven't seen it. And if this stupid voice and my stupid commentary will get you to watch it, that warms the last grain of a heart that I have left. Oh man, these poor columns. Maybe if they hadn't made them out of styrofoam, they would have stood up longer. Ha ha ha. Oh shit, there she goes, with the red dress flapping in the wind. God, look at this shot. They climb out of the fucking columns like monkeys, sliding down the decorative pillars and poles and shit. This is so fucking cool, man. It's like that scene from our movie Hook, where he's like, bangarang, we only kill pirates. That's a good movie, too. And the guy's like, I'd rather live in this fucking ruin than live in your society. It's a nightmare. And he's like, you're still gonna die when you hit 30. That's the age most humans used to die when we lived in caves. So their crystals turn green at 15. So when they hit puberty, they turn into emeralds. That's interesting. Puberty's a fickle thing. You can go through it okay, or you can do a whole bunch of stupid shit because of hormones. Makes sense it'd be an emerald-colored phase of your life. Your green flare gun's not gonna work. Ooh. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, don't set the styrofoam on fire. God, every time they shoot anything in this movie that's an object, they're just generating toxic fumes. Oh, but suddenly those fumes are gone. That's just because of how they cut the movie. Okay, so Rufio from Hook, looks like your crew wasn't as loyal as you thought they were. Isn't that too bad? They're crawling away. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight, boy. Not a good idea. Ooh, good try throwing it. At least you tried. Okay, running away is now a good idea. Good for you. Man, this whole place looks like a giant fraternity house. It's almost like university frats and universities in general are basically this. Just areas of society where we try to funnel our rambunctious youths. so I can fuck around in a separate area that doesn't disturb our nice white picket fence McMansion zones. I don't know, that's pretty cynical. Could be true. Oh, and this chick's like, oh my god, it's like I'm looking at Satan himself. Oh, I'm so scared. She's overacting a bit. It's a bit melodramatic. But again, this was the 70s. She's like, I'm not 30. Bitch, you look like you're 45. You're not fooling anyone. You're not even close to 22. I'm not gonna hurt you. It's the guys in the floating Elon Musk Segways that are gonna poison you to death. They're the ones who are supposed to hurt you. So then he shows this chick his flashing thing. And he's like, don't worry, I'm one of you. What the fuck does this thing mean? Oh, you're holding it upside down, bro. The cross is not supposed to be upside down, and neither is the ankh. Ah, and then the director, so smart, uses that wall with the holes in it to frame the face of Logan's friend as he creeps up behind them. God, that's so good, man. And he's like, I'm going to give you a Dune arsenic tooth smoke bomb type thing. You just got to break it and it'll make a big smoke cloud. I saved up my farts for 6 months and compressed them into this orb. Believe me, it's deadly. Oh shit, he's aiming through the cobwebs. Oh! God, I love how sweaty the actors look in these old movies. Mostly it's due to like the lights they use to light the film sets. But it makes them look more like real people. If you're exerting yourself or you're nervous, you're gonna sweat a little bit. It's how it happens. Then we got another shot where we got the two heads through the holes in the wall. But there's vines all over. Things are obscured. They're caught in the woods like Dante's Inferno. They're lost. They're in a strange area. They're obscured by the environment. Symbolism's great in this scene. We can't quite see what their intentions are, what they're gonna do. As an audience, we're asking questions, we're confused about the situation, but we're compelled to watch what they're gonna do. Just having some vines over some holes in a wall and framing your characters' heads this way, it's a really subtle but very effective gesture. That's why this movie's good. And this poor little girl gives her a little bracelet, and he pats her on the head. Logan's like, okay, let's go back to Disneyland. And he's like, it's like, I'm going back to the arcade. I gotta beat my previous record for Pac-Man. Basically, this guy's like, well, I'm gonna get plastic surgery and maybe that'll help. Maybe I can escape. Why would this guy do that? You just fucking killed a guy a few scenes ago who tried that exact thing and failed. Because when you scanned him with your iPhone, it said he'd had surgery. Oh my God, look at this place. It's like the inside of a hospital tube or something. Right now, we're in the bowels of Donald Trump. He had them get it out like this just for fun. He wanted them to look cool. He had these blue LEDs installed everywhere. Don't they look nice? They cost $600 million. Oh God, the 1970s eye makeup on this makes me want to puke. Whoever thought that that much eye makeup on the top of your eyelids was a good idea? Ugh. This guy's like, I am a rat. I've just had 5,000 plastic surgeries. Because this society is some kind of creepy vampire eternal youth type shit. But it's not eternal. Oh, the Escalaptor. They used a machine like that on me some time ago to try to treat my kidney stones. I think it worked. I still get blood in my urine pretty much every day. But I think that's due to something else. When you're 112 years old, takes a little more than a facelift to bring you up to the standard of society. This chick, the actress, looks like she's already had a nose job. She got that creepy, like, upwardly turned nose where the nostrils are too kind of open. Yeah, kind of speaks of plastic surgery, if you ask me. Basically, it's revealed that this surgeon guy is part of the secret underground resistance movement. And she's like, this guy actually wants to leave. And this chick's like, I like dark hair. I like dark hair too, darling. But down there. Hollywood. Hollywood? Hollywood likes dark hair? Is that what this movie's saying? Interesting. Guys, I'm getting secret messages from the ether. This movie's telling me that if you want to do well in Hollywood, you gotta have dark hair these days. Maybe 50 or 70 years ago it was blonde hair, now you gotta have dark hair. That's the secret message I'm sure this movie's trying to convey. God, can you imagine actually believing that? Oh, Jesus, you just sliced his face. Ah, but he healed it, okay. Still, that's pretty fucked up. Oh, wow, he's got a very big phone. It's like one of those 1980s Nokia phones. Ones that gave you brain cancer. What a great line. Pay attention, Sandman, I'm proud of this machine. So creepy. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck, he's turning off the adrenochrome. You're not gonna heal. Oh, Jesus. Holy shit. Oh my God. God, his clothes getting ripped up. Lasers smashing, splashing sparks against everything. He's fighting him inside the room with the crazy robot. Oh my God. What a terrific scene. Holy shit. He's burning his clothes. Oh my God. How ironic that the plastic surgeon's getting cut up by his own machine. It's like that one character from BioShock. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, his friend, seeing that he's betrayed him, and he karate chops him and is like, oh shit, I gotta run. Let's get out of here. Get out of Donald Trump's anus. Quick. He's gonna be in jail soon. That's gonna be occupied by a lot of different things. You wanna get out of that anus pretty fast. Go through the love shop. Good idea. Oh, it's got a nice vagina neon logo on the wall there. Good night, sweet prince. The ketchup on your face will always remind me to do better with blood effects in the future. Farrah Fawcett will mourn you. Okay. Now Logan's pal's looking for him. He's like, does anybody in the Mall of America know where Logan went? And this little guy's like, I don't fucking know. I'm on my way to an orgy. I don't know anything. Basically, that's the same response you get from any of these people if you asked him. That's what he's realizing. So again, we got this really quick, kind of hard cut to the love shop where they're pumping MDMA smoke into the whole place at all times. So you come in there and it's like, I don't even have to pop a pill. Just by being in this space, I'm high. Oh my God. I've been to clubs like this before. You lose track of time when you got all these oiled up people trying to grope you all the time. Don't get lost in the orgy pit. That's just the MDMA. Oh my God. This chick's got some kind of sex toy. Logan's trying to get out, but they're grabbing on him. It's like he's in the lust level of Dante's Inferno. Oh, there goes Logan's buddy. He got stuck in the giant vagina, never made it out. Oh, they even got a neon room. Isn't that interesting? Oh, okay, alright, I think the MDMA is wearing off, guys. Sorry about that, I got a little bit sidetracked. Jesus, that whole place looked like that weird photo of that blacklight neon body paint club that Obama and a bunch of politicians went to. Surely you've seen those photos. If you haven't, better look them up. They're on the internet forever. They will never go away. Neither will I. So basically this guy, who was charged by the computer, if you'll recall, to infiltrate these rebels, you know, he's committed to doing it, but as viewers, we still don't understand if he's doing it genuinely or if he's just kind of, you know, improvising, or if he's actually sided with the rebels. There's 3 paths he could have taken, and it's ambiguous which one he's chosen. We just don't know. It's part of what makes this movie so fantastic. This guy's got these 3 choices, and despite all the shit he's been through, it's not just other characters that don't know our hero's motivation, it's us as viewers. His mind is not open to us. We have to watch what he's doing. It adds tension to every single scene and every choice he makes. Because as viewers, we're going to make assumptions. We're going to say, he's actually with the rebels. Oh, he's actually with the computer. He's with neither of them. He's just winging it. Such a satisfying, fascinating, tense type of situation. We actually don't know if our main character is a hero, a villain, or just some guy trying to make his life last longer than it was supposed to. We just don't know. Okay, so now they're at the rebel base. Oh shit. What, did he open a cat door? Is there a giant kitty in there? Oh, this is like that scene from, what the fuck's that movie? Cloverfield, when they go into the underground shopping mall and there's a big light. That's what this reminds me of. But this movie is about 20 times better than that one. Don't spray him with your fart spear. Leave him alone. Jesus. God, this scene is so tense. Oh, stop farting on her with your spears. Jesus. What was that, like mild tear gas or something? Oh, now Farrah Fawcett's gonna. Oh shit. Uh-oh. You didn't kill the doctor. Doc tried to fucking kill him with the machine, you fucking cunt. Oh my god. These characters' lives are on the line. This chick just ratted them out. Is she gonna side with them? So tense. So much drama. These characters. And again, it's kind of corny. It's a little bit over the top. But god damn it if it's not real. It's human. And this chick's like, you're traumatized, you're freaked out, you got a ton of adrenaline in you. Don't make assumptions. Please, for the love of God, don't send me and this guy to our fucking deaths. You don't want to be killed by the fart spears. It's not a good way to go. And finally, they lower their weapons. Alright guys, I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be back before you can shake a lamb's tail or a goat's horn or whatever the fuck. What are we at? 56, 43, 44, 45. And we're back, my lovelies. This is the other half of the Logan's Run recording. We're just about at the halfway point of the film. I love how all these people are just obscured. You can't see their faces. So creepy, man. And he's like, just go down this tunnel. It's fine, bro. And he's like, once you go past that lock, you can't come back into Disneyland. You're gonna be in the real world. There's two other movies I want to do commentaries on. The first one is THX 1138. It's got a similar premise that you're stuck in like a bubble, fake society, and you gotta get out of it to find the real world. It's a Plato's Cave allegory, basically. And then there's another movie. It's called A Boy and His Dog. And they're both movies made in the 70s. A time when a bunch of people who got high but didn't go insane from it went into media. And they had a bunch of really creative, cool ideas. But they were sane enough to actually execute them. They used discipline and hard work, and they got a bunch of good people together into groups, and they made some really cool shit. So I gotta do commentaries on those other movies. Oh, Jesus, the blonde chick's dead. Let's rubber band back to the film, guys. Maybe this chick will flail around enough we can see her butt cheek again. Anyways, Logan's trying to fight his way out of here. His bros have found their way into the... Oh, that guy just got shot in the ass. Ha ha ha. That was funny. Meanwhile, his Aryan Nazi SS officer security guard pal is like, hey, don't worry about it. Just come back into the fold, it's fine. He doesn't know Logan's on a secret mission. He thinks he's actually defecting. But even now, we as viewers don't know what Logan will actually do. He doesn't have enough time to make a decision which side he has to be on. That's what makes this movie so brilliant. We as viewers are constantly asking questions and looking at the visuals. We're compelled to pay attention to what we're seeing because there's drama going on with the characters. Logan was sent on this mission by a computer. A mission he didn't really understand the gravity of, but he was forced into it. He didn't even know which side he wanted to side with when he was sent on the fucking mission. That's the problem with letting Siri or Cortana manage your society. Your people aren't even gonna understand what the fuck this supposed fake oracle computer god is trying to tell you. If people don't understand the motivation behind what they're doing, who knows if they're gonna do the right thing or not. So you gotta let people make their own decisions in life. Yeah, it's messy and inefficient, but it's better in the long run. Anyways, my point with that little rant was just that Logan doesn't even know whose side he's on at this point. He didn't even get to know this chick's rebel friends. All he knows is his life's in danger and he's just trying to survive. He's confused, he doesn't have enough information to figure out which side is right or wrong, or even right or wrong for him as a person. Because that's kind of a subjective thing. Anyways, it's just one of the reasons I love this movie. Characters are forced into situations which turn them into each other's enemies just because one person wants to survive and the other person has to do their job. It's a very dark and cynical interpretation of a kind of corporatized society where if you oppose the intentions or activities of one union or company or group or whatever, you might get your life put in danger when you didn't even really intend to. So now they're underneath the city. And they got this hydroelectric plant that they're in. I wonder where they actually filmed this. I mean, it's clearly some kind of aquarium or something. It's probably the back end of a zoo. Wherever it is, these sets are fantastic. You can clearly see where people like James Cameron took inspiration. So you got this dark industrial maze. But oh, Logan's buddies found the Ankh. Too bad that structure in your brain is totally inactive. But it's active in Logan's. 'Cause he's the main character. Again, I'm also reminded of how much the character of David was based on these kind of blonde-haired, combed hair 70s actors in the movie Alien Covenant and Prometheus. God, those films are such crap. Maybe the new one will be good. I don't even remember what it's called, Nostromo or something. Whatever. It's just turned into another movie of the year Marvel, annual schlock. I'd much rather go back in time and watch movies like this. There's tons of movies like this. You could spend your whole life literally just going through each decade of the past of movies, watching the best ones. You never run out of content. You don't need YouTube for that. You just need some old VHS tapes, DVDs, and Blu-rays or whatever. Promise you, these old movies are better than the new stuff. And if you're a zoomer with barely any attention span, these movies will act as a kind of therapy. They'll show you the value of having an attention span in the first place. 'Cause it rewards you when you watch good things. You know what a low attention span is conducive to? Really shitty content that has to spam you with 500 jokes a second, only 2 of which are good. It's like a really shitty version of the movie Airplane, which is one of these fast-paced joke movies, right? And the big meme about that movie is that maybe 1 out of every 3 jokes it tells aren't actually very good, but it tells them so rapidly that you're always laughing. I feel like that's the model of modern content in these days. You got TikTok, all these fast-paced, attention-eroding apps. I really don't think that's good for young people. I don't know, if your brain's already fully formed and you're in your late 20s, maybe it's fine. Basically what I'm saying is don't show your kids TikTok. It'd be better to show them this movie. As crazy as it is, better for their attention span. Like a lot of old content is. I mean, I grew up watching, movies made in the 30s, which is a whole other thing. But these movies are a lot similar to those movies from the 30s than they are to fucking TikTok videos, I can tell you that. So you got this scene where they're going up this elevator. They're finally escaping the bubble city. What will they find above? All these cool shots of machines. It's like industrialization is a way of pushing people out of illusion or something. Who knows what those images are saying? What do you think they're saying? I just think they're cool images. He passes out because he almost drowned. And then it's like, okay, now you're on the surface. You've escaped. Oops. No, you haven't. You're still under the Antarctic ice barrier that the Nazis made secret bases in. Now you just found their base. You're still not on the surface yet. And you don't got a winter coat. That's too bad. Oh, never mind. Good thing. These cave walls and crystals are just made out of melted asbestos again, so you're fine. I mean, you're gonna die of cancer after filming this, but at least you won't freeze to death during the movie. I love that faked slip on the ground. Or maybe the actress actually did slip and they kept the take. Whatever the case, that's a nice detail. And again, that Jerry Goldsmith music just elevates everything. Just look at this set. It really looks like an ice cave. One of my grandkids made me try out Skyrim when I was in my 90s. And I gotta admit, the most impressive parts of that game were inside the caves. Some of them the ice caves. So it looked more realistic. That's what this reminds me of. This guy's like, oops, you better take off your clothes. Ha ha ha. How could you get a boner if it's like -20? Finally, we get to see them naked. This is what I watched this movie for. Okay, so they put on these caveman clothes. Oh, we don't get to see his cock? Come on, that's sexist. You have to see her tits and her ass cheeks. Show us her vagina and his cock. What else am I watching this for? Okay, so then we got this creepy plastic robot who wanders by and he's like, you should eat things from the sea, like seafood. Live on the coast and eat clams forever or something. And he's like, I'm pretty epic. And it's like, nah, dude, you're one of the worst props in this movie. You look like some kind of cardboard thing some kid built that's got tinfoil put over it and then fake lighting effect superimposed on the face. Your lips are also huge. Is this robot racist? Is he supposed to be a black fisherman from New Orleans who just eats seafood? Hashtag Logan's Run is racist. Oh, this guy couldn't be black. He built all those penguin statues. I don't think black people do that. I mean, I don't know much about them, but I don't think they build ice sculptures in the shape of penguins. If that's racist, I don't give a shit. Oh, why do you think we're here? We're cavemen. Why do we exist? Tell us, silver golem guy. Oh, I just realized something. In the game Magic the Gathering, there's a silver golem character built by a wizard. It's probably based off this guy. Oh, he's got a nice walrus sculpture. That looks pretty cool. And this guy's like, okay, I'll help you. Just follow me. Also, why the fuck would this guy have a bunch of caveman furs just laying around? What, did he butcher and skin those animals himself as a robot? Why would he do that? He has no need for, fur, because he's a machine. I don't know. Finally, they put the clothes back on after we got to see that chick's triangular tits. I appreciate that scene. It's necessary for the plot. Okay, so this guy's like, we were eating shit from the ocean. But it's not plankton, it's people. So this robot basically malfunctioned and started just like capturing people? He's like, people came out of the ocean. Oh, Jesus Christ, now he's gonna kill him. He's like, it's my job to freeze you. It's my job to freeze your pineal gland so you can't figure out what to do. Oh God, he slips on the ice again. She's slipping. Oh, you can't shoot him. Oh, you're breaking through the tinfoil. God, this movie's so fucking fun. It's corny and stupid. And that snow effect is terrible. But I love this scene with the robot. So I guess this robot ran out of seafood, and then people started climbing out of the sea? It's not really clear what the situation was that caused him to freeze people. I mean, clearly his programming's fucked up, but it's like what? Did Atlantis fall, and then the Atlanteans, washed up on the shore, and this robot just started freezing them? I don't know. Either way, they're finally outside of the jellyfish dome. They're in the sun. Isn't it beautiful? That's a good green screen shot. They don't even know what the sun is. God, I miss movies like this. They've never been out of the dome before. What a fucking cool scene. It's like they escaped. You're out. You even killed the shitty tinfoil robot that was trying to fuck with you. Now you got waterfalls and all sorts of cool things. I admit the first time I saw this movie, it made me kind of emotional. Oh no, it's the evil guy from the Jellyfish City. Man, imagine seeing all this with no context. Be like, what the fuck is all this shit? This poor bastard. And they're like, oh, what are these sticks everywhere? I've never even touched one of these before. It's all kind of nasty and craggly. Like, what the fuck is this shit? And the actors do a really good job of performing like people who've never even seen a bush before. Then we see this guy. What's he gonna think of the sun? He's like, what the fuck? I must be in hell. There they are in some kind of dried up riverbed in California because it was cheap to film there. But it works for the movie too. Even though they're supposed to be in Washington, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but just go with it. She's like, a place with random rocks and bushes? This is fucking crazy. I grew up in a box. Uh-oh. Lizard's interested in your butt cheek. I mean, so am I. I don't blame the lizard. He's like, it's okay, don't worry. Don't worry. Just let me hold you. Oh yeah. It's like, don't worry, we'll get to the next plot point. The movie has to keep going. The show must go on, as they say. So good for Logan, he's discovered you can use a stick like a makeshift machete to beat out other sticks out of your way. She's like, I've never been tired before. I've been raised on a constant drip of Haitian child blood, and I've never seen darkness before. I was raised under artificial lights. And he's like, okay, I'm tired too. Let's make a little nest in the woods. Hopefully no lizard's gonna crawl up your asshole while we try to sleep. But I can't promise I won't try. No, I don't think there's gonna be another ice age. It depends if we're in a solar maximum or a solar minimum. That's what dictates Earth's temperature, not human carbon output. It's a bunch of crap. If the sun puts out a bunch of flares, it gets hotter. If it puts out fewer, it gets colder. It's just where we live in this universe. I love this. He's like, which truth? There's more than one. Depends on your perspective. She still believes in sanctuary. She's like, can you find another place to go that doesn't suck ass like this lizard-infested jungle area? And he's like, no, we've left paradise, which turned out to just be a Disneyland death ride. I'd rather be out here in the real world. You left Plato's cave. Most people don't even get to this point. You've already done 90% of the work. You might as well do the other 10%. It's worth the effort. Like, oh my god, I've only ever seen water in a glass or something. What's this? Don't get a brain-eating amoeba parasite. If you're in California, that's actually a genuine risk. Wonder if these actors or the people making the film knew that. Oh my god, are we watching a abusive health violation in practice during a film? I guess that pool didn't have brain-eating amoebas. Ooh, now they're naked. You can do anything when you're naked in the water. You can even pee if you're stealthy enough about it. Warm that water up, baby. And it's like now the crystals are white again like they're infants, like the children. They've been cleansed of sin because they broke out of the shitty death cult Disneyland that they were trapped in. Now they're in the real world. They don't have to fuck around with any of that astrological New Age crystal crap. They can do whatever they want. Yes, the choice is yours. Bring the triangle boobs as close to me as you like. Ooh, this is such a nice scene. Yeah, it's kind of, sexual, sure, but in all honesty, it's kind of tasteful. These two characters were in some kind of creepy society where sex was like controlled by some kind of creepy cult. Now they're free. It's marvelous. There's not many movies I've ever watched that portray sexual liberation in a way that actually seems like it might be liberating. There's always some political agenda to it. But this movie, all it says is if someone's trying to control you, it doesn't matter if they're trying to say, don't have sex, or have sex all the time. The point is they're trying to control you and your choices. And this movie says, fuck that. You gotta make your own choices and go your own way. You gotta make your own path. You can't just follow one that's been prescribed for you. Because most of those pre-existing paths, they're tainted. People have used them to manipulate people. Try to get followers or thralls or whatever to go on the path they've designed. Only your own path you make up in your own brain is going to lead you where you actually want to be. There's no other choice, really. It's kind of brutally simple. God, these shots are so cool, man. The Lincoln Memorial covered in vines. Look at this. In my opinion, this movie's a little bit better than Planet of the Apes. It does so much more with the idea of America being destroyed, just aesthetically, as a set piece. It's so crazy. And they're just trying to guess. They have no relationship with this society. They just wandered in. In a way, they're kind of like immigrants coming to America who don't know anything about American culture. They have a sincere desire to figure out what the fuck they're seeing. God, the Lincoln Memorial, look at that. That shot of Lincoln's head, like he's looking down at them. Oh my God. I gotta admit, guys, when I watched this movie for the first time, back when I was in my 70s, I shed a tear. It had this kind of emotional effect on me, because these characters are so well developed. Their innocence and their naivety at the gravity of what they're seeing, it's very emotionally weighty. It's very effective. They're so innocent, they're like children, or like aliens who just landed here. They're like, what is all this? But they're not soulless machines or demons. They have emotions like real people. They look at these things and they try to figure out what they're seeing. So you sympathize with them. You can project yourself into their position, but with the same knowledge you have as a viewer, that contrast of knowledge creates emotional tension. And it made me cry. It's one of the only times I've cried in the past 60 or 70 years. And they find these graves, and they don't understand the concept of death. They just came up from the inner earth. They don't know about mortality. And my God, whoever designed these overgrown American ruins, 10 out of 10. This is what all the Fallout games should actually have looked like. There wouldn't have been barren wastelands. There would have had vines and shit choking the architecture. It would have been hard to tell if something was a building or a hill. And that's a real problem for archaeologists in South America when they try to find, those Aztec or Mayan pyramids. Because they look like hills. Because they're totally overgrown by the jungles that those peoples actually grew artificially to get, fruit and herbs from. And my point is just, this is what the structure would look like. It wouldn't look like, a barren desert with a conveniently obvious video game dungeon location on it. It would look like a hill, but it might have a little bit of white stone peeking out from the top. And that's what we see in this film. God damn it, this is so good. Logan fucking breaks off a piece of a politician's bench to use as a club. Politics is a replacement for violence and other types of things. But in this reality, we've reverted. The political bench that would have been used for discussion and debate, he's turned it into a caveman club. The symbolism is beautiful. So elegantly done. And they don't draw attention to it, they just do it, they just show it to you. This is what old movies used to do. They used to do this type of shit. Oh, now he's going into another room. Who's inside? Is it a bunch of raiders from Mad Max? Nah, it's a guy cracking walnuts with his cat. This is who I feel like right now. An old man who knows things, but he has no one to tell them to that understand them. He's just hanging out with his cats in his library. There's worse fates. At least I can talk about movies on the internet. And they're so cautious. There's no words. There's no corny dialogue. Until he says, "Who are you?" And the guy just mimics him. Just repeats it. Logan and Jessica. And this poor guy's got dementia. We came up through the Antarctic ice. We were frozen in some ancient ruin or some shit. The Nazis drag us up here for some reason. To try to help you people. But we don't even know who you are, and you don't know who we are, and neither of us know how to help each other. It's total miscommunication. What a nightmare. And he's like, "Do you have a crystal like us? I'm gonna do a New Age palm reading of you." Again, this scene reminds me of a later science fiction film you might have heard of called The Matrix, where they got plugs in their body. The crystals are the 1970s version of that. And they've never even grown old because they've never seen anybody over the age of 30 because they all just get cold. And this guy's like, "Yeah, I'm an old man." It's like, "Why is your hair white?" God, these scenes make me feel like crying. Something so fundamental about this. It's like children trying to understand an older person for the first time. But these are adults. They've been kept artificially innocent. Arrested Development has gone so far in their creepy jellyfish dome society that they're fascinated by an old man. Meanwhile, the old man's kind of regressed to like a child because he's got memory loss. He hangs out with cats. He's probably got toxoplasmosis. He's eating walnuts and probably nothing else. That's going to affect your cognition. But basically, you got like two different children trying to talk to each other. It's like two kids on a playground. It's almost like that's all of human history. Ignorant children trying to talk to each other and failing for the most part. This guy's got his names for all his cats. 3 names each. This guy reminds me of an NPC from a Fallout game, and not just because he's in a ruin of an American building, but the way he talks. It's like a Fallout New Vegas NPC. His dialogue's kind of creepy and insane and specific to his character, and he rambles. But this movie, it justifies it. Name no human can figure out. I know my cat has its own name, but he won't fucking tell me. Maybe it's 'cause I fuck him too much. And this guy's basically been living here his whole life. His family must have died. He's just the last one left. It's just a place. Doesn't understand the significance of anything. So sad. It's one of the most depressing scenes in any film ever made, in my opinion. It's like a quiet, kind of slowly encroaching depression, where the more you see, and the more you hear, the more you understand how much has been lost. Can't even remember the word for father. And they're like, weren't you growing in a little tube, like us? It's like, no, I was born normally. And it's like Dickens. There's a line in Dickens where he goes, I was born, so I was told. And that's what they're referencing with that line, where he's like, well, I was told I was born. I can't be sure. Could have been grown in a CIA tube. I don't know. If you don't have a memory of something, can you be sure it happened? All you have is what other people tell you. That's true. It's a creepy reality a lot of existential sci-fi will use to creep you out. So he's got his cats, he's got nicknames. He's like, why are you trying to read my palm and do some weird shit? Show me yours. I showed you mine. He's like, oh my god, you got a 10-carat ruby in your hand. Or a diamond, no. It's like, I want that, it's shiny. This bird-brain fuck is just attracted to shiny things. Poor bastard. And he's like, well, I got cats and I got old books. That's about it. And these guys are like, well, we don't own anything because we're just refugees from a creepy jellyfish underground Nazi city under Antarctica. Somehow they went from Antarctica to Washington. I don't know how that happened. There's no one like the cavity in my teeth. And he's like, okay, well, I've had enough listening to your schizobabble. What the fuck is past this building? And he's like, nothing. This guy's like a politician that went underground during some nuclear event in the, American history of this film. And maybe only a couple people survived. And he's like the last survivor of the people that hid in a bunker under Washington, under the White House. And he's all that's left. All that's left of that grand plan. And he's trying to remember the Constitution. He probably has to go take a piss. I'm sure his prostate's 3 times the size it's supposed to be. That sweet madman. Hey, that's like the guy who runs this channel. Shout out to Madman for letting me do another review. I appreciate it. Mike's been a lazy piece of shit and doesn't want to overuse the Plinkett voice or some crap. She's just run out of ideas. I'd love to be a part of the Red Letter Media crew. Bring Madman in. He could host me. There's no problem for him. In fact, he enjoys it. Anyway, back to the film. She's like, there's definitely a secret ancient Egyptian magical religious sanctuary somewhere. And this guy's like, I don't know about that. I wouldn't put all your faith in something that you have no evidence for. Kind of seems like, bad idea. Oh, poor old madman. My gracious host. He's like, don't cry. I got cats and pictures. Hang out with me for a bit. I got some hooch I brewed in the back from, some juices that come out of the vines. Makes really good booze. Get drunk with me, we'll have some fun. He's even got the shoulder pads on his jacket. That's how you know he's an old man. There's just some nice looking kitties in this movie. Yeah, that's a good kitty. And he's got the old paintings from the White House. Can you imagine going through all the trouble to build this set? It's so detailed. There's so many props and objects. Everything's been distressed and aged. There's vines all over everything. How the fuck did they even make this? Oh, Jesus Christ. It's Logan's friend. Good God, that cut is like a horror movie cut. It's like that one shot from Exorcist 3 with the guy with the shears. That caught me off guard. Jesus Christ, it's scary. And this guy's like, why did you take him out of our epic jellyfish death cult Disneyland city? Why'd you want to come up here to this ruin? It's Abraham Lincoln, the man who freed the slaves. The man who freed the cats, I guess. This is, the implication. There's a lot of cats here. A lot more cats than people. I'm okay with that. I like cats. Where's Jessica, Logan? Don't lose sight of her. She got caught by some kind of manic Nazi guy. It turns out it's your old buddy. Oh, what are you gonna do now? He's clearly lost his mind. What, good times in the hot tub? You pissed off that Logan didn't want to fuck you in the ass in the hot tub? Is that why you became insane? He's like, motherfucker, you're a runner too, you moron. We're past the whole city thing. You don't have to worry about that shit. Oh, this guy's just insane. Oh, shit. Oh, he jumps down. Holy fuck, that's a stunt. Oh, don't fight amongst the kitties. Poor kitties. They're like, why are these humans fighting? Oh, Francis, just listen to him. France, don't rebel. Listen to England. Whoa, he kicks him into the thing. I love how fucking dirty and ripped up their clothing is. It gives weight to the fucking progression of the story. It's like you understand these guys have been through some shit. How many movies have you watched recently where the main character's clothes are miraculously perfectly intact throughout the whole fucking film? Oh shit, he's gonna stab him with the American flag. Or what's left of it. Oh shit. You gotta fight him, Logan. Don't worry, Madman's got your back. This guy's just a little bit stressed out. He just needs to calm the fuck down. Please don't strangle me with the American flag. That's not a good idea. Oh shit. Oh my god. What a great fight scene. It's got such grit and realism. Oh, and he clocks him right in the fucking face. Oh, and then again. Jesus Christ. Before he shattered his jaw. Oh my god. There goes one of his ribs. Fucking hell. Logan's reaction's so good, too. He's almost about to puke. He's disgusted by the violence he's had to perform. Didn't want to do this, but he had to. In the moment, his instincts took over. Poor bastard. This reminds me of that scene from the Dune movie that came out recently, the second part. Where, Paul Atreides talks to the Harkonnen kid and he's like, he fights him and the Harkonnen guy's like, you fought well. And he's like, you could have escaped the Disneyland ride. Didn't have to die. Now he's mentally fucked because he's got a concussion from being hit with the American flag. Now he's dead. Rest in peace, France. You tried to rebel, but it didn't work out in the end. At least Logan's here to survive. And then they witness their first burial of a person. It's like they're becoming adults. This movie's kind of like a journey through maturity. You got the innocence of childhood. Then you escape the Disneyland ride of death. You realize that reality is a lot more brutal than the artificial societies and cities that we build. We build them to make things more convenient and comfortable, but that doesn't change the reality that we're all mortal and we all have to die someday. And the competition, sorrow, pain, hatred, these are all necessary and eternal parts of reality. And that's what growing up is you gotta realize that. And so metaphorically, that's what this movie's saying. These characters confront death for the first time in their lives. It's not done in a Disneyland, fake way. It's real. This guy murdered a guy who was attacking him, who wanted to kill him. He killed him in self-defense and then buried him. But that burial was a ritual that was meant to provide acknowledgement of that whole event and say, it's okay, you're dead now. We wish it didn't have to go the way it did, but it had to. It's just what happened. And so then, this chick is like, do you want to live? Do you want to live like this old man and die? And this guy goes, wait. I want to go back to the city. And I want to let those people out of Disneyland so I don't have to go on the death ride. It's not right for them to be imprisoned like that. They only live to be 30. You can live to be twice that age pretty reliably. Even in a primitive society, you can get to 60. You might even make it to 90. That means that society is vampirically sucking the life energy of its entire population. It's killing them so early. It's fucking beyond satanic. It's beyond evil. It's insane. And he's like, I can't live out here with you and get old if I can't save the people that are trapped in that kind of creepy Disneyland. They gotta be helped. And because we're out here and we got knowledge, we can do it. We can help them. Oh, this poor old man. They're like, it's okay, Grandpa, you can come with us. We like you. You're a good old guy. The cats have got tons of rats to kill in this fucking ruin. Sure, it's like 80% rats by weight at this point. And he's just like rattling off old fragments of culture. And he's like, maybe I could enjoy talking to real people instead of just cats. That might be fun. Why not? It's not that long. It only took you like 2 days to get here. I guess for an old man, it's a long journey. Yeah, again, this guy's cats didn't want to live in the houses after they ate all the mice. I love this scene. It's just him rambling at the viewer, kind of like I'm rambling at you now. He's just talking and talking and talking and talking. I mean, if I was alone with cats for most of my life, I guess I'd be, rambling quite a bit myself. It's right there, you moron. It's the Cthulhu jellyfish city. It's Roulier. Finally reached the surface. I reached it at the right time, because there's no people left on Earth. There needs to be a new influx of entities from beneath the waves. You wanted immigrants? Here we are. Hope you're ready for us. Good God, they don't even know what a husband and a wife is. They're so addicted to Bumble and Tinder and Grindr, they don't understand that a relationship can last more than 2 weeks. So fucking disgusting, man. Loveless, passionless, meaningless, purposeless sex is like the worst thing ever. It's literally better to just jack off. At least then you're not involving another person in your sexual waste. They don't even understand what love is. Jesus Christ. This movie gets more depressing the more you watch it. Because these two characters have been through some hardships together, they've grown to understand each other. They understand each other because they've suffered together. That's really the only way you can ever understand another person, is if you suffer with them. And they're like, that sounds like a kind of a good thing. Maybe it's better if we actually, get to know each other and be human, be real. God, look at all those jellyfish domes. That's a lot. I like this guy's little Gandalf staff too. It's kind of cool. Takes all the fun out of dying. I like this guy. I want to drink with him. I feel like he'd be a good guy. Okay, so we got this rooftop garden area with kind of nothing planted. I mean, who maintains this? They plant anything in it? It's, it's basically a hydrothermal, energy plant. So they're thinking they can just kind of wash their way down, flush their way into the city. I like how there's a convenient pathway for them to go down. I gotta wonder, too, who the fuck built this? Or where are they? Are they in some kind of artistic 1970s kind of building or something? I have a hard time believing they actually constructed all this for the film. This must have been filmed somewhere. Again, I haven't done any research for this movie because I wanted to talk about the plot and what's happening. But I'm sure there's some interesting lore behind where they filmed this. There's no way they built this for this movie specifically. There's gotta be some kind of existing location or something. And so basically, like, you gotta stay up here because if you try to swim down in here, you're probably gonna die. I've never seen a cat. You gotta have a little bit of toxoplasm in you. If you're a man, it makes you supposedly a little more brave. If you're a woman, it makes you more anxious. So toxoplasm is kind of a masculine parasitic loadout. If you want to intentionally infect yourself with a parasite as some kind of occult medical treatment. If you're a guy, toxoplasm just make you a little more ballsy. Might actually be good for you. If you're kind of a pussy or you're anxious, get a cat. Yeah, a dog will get you outside, sure. But a cat will make you take crazy risks, like starting a crazy YouTube channel where you do off-the-cuff improvisational reviews of movies that you like. Also, cats are nice. I still like my little kitty. He's been with me for almost 22 years now. And he's getting kind of old, but I sympathize with him, you know. He's old like me. Alright, so they somehow swim through the water system. Apparently those grates on the pipes were so loose they could just pull them off. I gotta get better maintenance guys to bolt those grates on a little stronger. So they shouldn't have been that easy to pull off. But now they're back in the creepy death cult Disneyland. And they're so wet and slippery. Anyways. Okay, now they're climbing up in a sort of a badly composited shot where you can tell that walkway was overlaid on top of something else. Now you got a still shot of the city, but these people walking underneath were all blacked out. That's lazy. And they do a bunch of quick cuts back to the carousel, probably reusing some shots. Yeah, they reused that shot. I don't blame them. It's the same event taking place. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's the same eyes wide shut bullshit. And then they're going back. Now Logan's like, no! Don't go into the red demon eye recycling bullshit thing. And he's a little bit manic, but he's probably malnourished and exhausted, so I'll give him a break. And he's being kind of like Christ. He's like, look, my diamond's clean. It's done. I renewed myself. I cleansed myself. I took some wormwood and got rid of parasites. I'm clean. You're like, please don't go into the satanic cult eyes wide shut room. It's not worth it. You're literally just killing yourself for no reason. Doesn't benefit you in any way. So they seem like insane conspiracy theorists, but because we've been with them the entire film and seen what they've seen, we understand why they'd be so emotional. This is why this scene actually works, because these characters have gone through events that we've followed. Now he's back in the creepy computer room. And the creepy demonic Lilith Medusa AI is trying to ask him, didn't you do my mission? Did you do what I asked? Oh shit, guys, they're gonna rape his brain? What are they doing with these machines? these silicon-based life forms. Uh-oh, they're doing the Guantanamo Bay routine on them. They're gonna post humiliating pictures. Oh, you got a Transformers emblem hologram thing. I love it. The computer's so intent on proving its point that when it reads his mind and he actually tells him the truth through his thoughts, the computer's like, no, I had a preconceived plan or design because I'm a demonic idiot incarnated in silicon glyphs. So I had to have a purpose or a thing in mind. And he's not resisting, he's telling the truth. The point of this scene, to get rid of all my random ranting, is just that telling the truth will break any system that's based on lies. And because Logan's being truthful in his brain, because they're forcing him to, it's destroying the computer's brain because it's based on lies. The truth always sanitizes anything it touches that's based on lies. Doesn't matter how deeply you rape his brain, he's telling the truth. This computer was built upon a fantasy, upon a lie, upon a system of lies. So it's always going to be destroyed by the truth. So again, it's got into some kind of logic loop where it can't understand that its own purpose was based on lies, because it was taught that it was pursuing the truth, that everything it was doing was based on, the truth. So now it's realizing the truth kills me. Truth is like a virus that infects systems that are based on lies. Anytime the truth touches any lie, it just destroys it. It's like a disinfectant. Oh my God, 1970s effects. Oh, none of these guys have the laser guns. That's convenient. Oh no, yeah, that guy does. Okay. And Logan steals it. Good for you. You did it. Oh my God. The ABC123 Masonic programming color eyes are being destroyed. Oh, kill them. Might as well just be demons. Incarnated in or captured in little crystals or whatever. Oh no, that ductwork cost us so much money to set up. Isn't it great seeing physical things being destroyed in a film? Doesn't it give the events of the film weight? Doesn't it make the movie you're watching actually seem like it matters? Because it's real shit that you're seeing on the screen. It's not just inside a computer. Kind of like the one that Logan just short-circuited by telling the truth. Isn't it better to live in a world of real things? And if they're computers, that's fine, but they shouldn't be used to create alternate realities that are indistinguishable from reality. Maybe they should just be used as tools. I don't know. Nobody pays attention to what I say. I'm used to that. It's been the case for decades. Oh my God, don't destroy the miniatures. Those are the most valuable things in this movie. They're so interesting. Oh, the old man stayed there. Oh, I love this scene too. It's like these demons crawling their way up out of hell. It's like they escaped. They're like, here we are. Where are we? Can you help us to live here? And this old man is like a god. He's like, all I know about is cats, but I can tell you some things about how to raise them. And also how to grow food and survive and be moral and bury your dead. This guy's basically the demiurge. He's not God, but he's trying his best. And that's okay. You know what? Demiurge is okay in my book. He's not God, but at least he's trying his best. He's doing the best with what he was given. He's trying to help the people or the objects or the forms that are under his care, and I have sympathy for him. He's not an evil thing. He's flawed just like we are. He's just doing his best. Again, this movie's got a lot of heavy religious themes, philosophical themes. You can interpret it till the cows come home. But this scene always makes me cry. She just touches his face. And he's like a cat. He reacts to it. But these people are realizing mortality is not evil. Dying is not evil. It's just part of the cycle. It's just what happens. And this big video game we're all in that we call reality, that's just part of the game. And if some creepy cult tries to convince you that you can ignore some aspect of it, it's just bullshit. You don't have to be angry. Just ignore it. Just live your life. And find meaning in what you're doing. Oh my God, jellyfish thing is blowing up. That's the end, guys. It's the end of Logan's run. He reached the finish line. He broke through the tape. And he won the race. So thanks again for watching this commentary. I appreciate it. And keep your eye out for more commentary coming on this channel. I don't have a regular upload schedule, and I probably should. But for now, fuck it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to kowtow to whatever the prevailing viewership's preferences are. I upload what I want, when I want. And if you don't like that, you can kiss my ass. So stay subscribed, because you never know. Video might pop up on my channel when you least expect it. Anyway, guys, hope you're doing well, and stay away from the Disneyland death ride. It's not a good idea. Alright, that having been said, like I always say, peace off.